Hey friends, Wayne Brown, the Ram Man. We wanted to test one of the new second generation boosters. Apparently, a client of mine, good friend of mine, says that we should send him a bad booster. So we're going to check this booster before we send it because he's in a time crunch, can't have any mess up. And I've never done this for the general public. Here we're a little stand at my house, kind of like what we have at the real booster shop. But I wanted to give folks a quick class for YouTube. What we have right here is Mopar tandem diaphragm Bendix booster. This big old booster, one of the most powerful in the world, was introduced in 1962 on the Imperial. It was used with drum brakes, maximum effort, maximum assist, and all the disc brake cars. We're going to check for can, vacuum integrity, how the mechanism works, and give folks a kind of a quick little class. All right, well, got it bolted in. Let's check this booster out. Let's pull some vacuum on it. Oh, well, it helps if we have the hose hooked up. I was checking it. There we go. It's drawing down. Holy cow! Past 25. That's unheard of. The factory booster in the original, about 20 is considered outstanding. If we take a look at our gauges, this is really what we want to focus on. So what we've done is we pulled the vacuum down on it just like an engine would do, and we pulled it down to actually doggone here. Well, it's about 26 inches of mercury, which is unheard of. Most cars and motors, 20 is upwards is just fine. So what we have here, we see that it is holding vacuum. So what we do know is that the diaphragms and the seal here, in general, the unit can hold vacuum and has integrity. These were not designed to hold vacuum forever. They're just simple, cheap cans constantly being pulled down by the engine while it's running, you know. If you have a huge vacuum leak, of course it'll affect this and it'll affect the way the engine runs. You know, you'll get it running rough. It's like when you unplug the vacuum line off the distributor or some other place, the carburetor kind of acts up and runs rough. On the original boosters, my friends, hey, 20, 30 seconds is considered very good, to say the least. It just doesn't have to hold vacuum that long. You notice these new second generation units, they're more efficient, have a slightly bigger hub, and move a little bit more air. This would be considered absolutely outstanding and phenomenal. As you can see, it hasn't lost any vacuum whatsoever. Now let's check out how this booster works. These new ones, we normally get about 3 or 4 brakes out of them. If the motor shuts off, they've got a pretty good reserve and they're very efficient. Let's check the braking mechanism just like it'd be on the car. As far as the brake pedal right here, the rear booster push rod, front push rod as it relates to the master cylinder. Let's check this bad boy out. All right, we've got about 26 inches. So here we go. Doesn't even affect our gauge. That's the reserve built in here. First brake, another full brake. There we go. Drop down to about 22, 23. Another brake. Here we're coming in at about 17 and a half, and we're already seeing some really good signs. You see right here that the needle is staying put and steady. It's not bleeding off. We're also checking the rear hub and the poppet valve, the control valve of the booster. Once again, brake, down to 10, down to 5. Once you get lower than about 8, you really don't have much assist. So there we go. We just checked out this booster. Now, what we want, most people don't understand, when a booster fails, it's usually not the diaphragm. The diaphragm's not what fails. It's the poppet valve in the back or the control valve that's inside the hub. It actually does a lot of things that I guess people don't think about. It directs the vacuum to the front of the plates, pull it down. It directs the vacuum to the back of the plates to release. It needs to be able to split it 50-50 between the front and the back. I mean, it's got to hold it just right there. Or like when you're in traffic and holding pattern on the brake, if it's minute changes, it'll pull the brake or pull it back toward you. So actually that little control valve does quite a bit of things, and that's normally what is wrong with a booster. Something in the control valve. Most people don't know that. Let's pull another vacuum on that booster and let's check it throughout. Pull it up, peak 15, 20, 25 inches of vacuum. That's more than enough. Okay, shut the pump off. We're at about 23 and a half. Once again, we still see this in a holding pattern. We're going to apply the brakes. We're going to make sure that the needle stays steady. And then here at the end, we're going to check that partial applied that we were talking about. 50-50, 50 on the front, 50 on the back. All right, let's check this bad boy out. Stay focused on the gauges, my friend. All right, brake apply. There you go, dropped it down to about 22. Had a lot of reserve in here. All right, second apply. There we go, dropped it down to about 16 inches of mercury. That's pretty good. So here we go, we're at 16 inches of mercury. Technical manuals tell you 17, 18 is ideal. That is true, but really anything over about 10 is going to help you out. You radical cam guys and radical motors, I'm getting ready to show you. Notice that was pretty easy. We're at 16 inches of vacuum. Here we go, another brake apply. That dropped it all the way down to about 7. You notice the needle's still holding steady right there. All right, now we're going to apply it again. All right, dropped it on down. Very last check real quick, just for fun. I'm going to show you what I mean by holding pattern. I'm going to do a partial apply down here. I'm going to push that rear rod in about halfway and watch our gauge. It's dropped down. It's dropped down. I'm dropping it down just minute bits. Minute, it holds. Minute, it holds. I'm doing this. See, if it was bad, it would continue to bleed on down when I pressed on the brake pedal. Push down, holding halfway down. It's right there at 10 and a half and it's in a holding. If this part of the poppet valve was bad, we'd see this needle drop on a partial ply. Just go just like that. And there we go, my friends. We've tested one booster. I hope this was informative to you. You can look me up, Google. I'm all over the web, theramman.com. My phone number is 817-691-5996. I'm a specialist in the Mopar brake world and also in the Ford brake world, especially the high-end Fords, special cars, Shelbys, and the Bosses. For technical advice and assistance, you can call me when you need to. Once again, my friends, 817-691-5996. God bless you. God bless America. And thank you for allowing me to maybe clear up some questions. Bye.